So I would take this shoe on release day and I would sell it for $300.
Make it a quick 100.
I would. And my partner James, he would say, well, we're not gonna sell, we're gonna hold these 20 pair of them. And I say, no, we can make $350 today. And being partners, you gotta compromise. And I compromised and we went with this plan. And in 3 months, 6 months, we were selling them for $500 and $600.
Because when somebody spends $500 on a pair of kicks, you gotta understand, it's not $500 that's just gone. It's not $500 that's just burned up. They can get some money back for that shoe even after they worn it. Okay. And depending on what type of shoe it is, they might can wear it quite a few times and come back and sell it for $600 depending on the shoe.
Oh, wow. We're buying shoes from regular people.
We're buying shoes from regular people. One of the most important things is being able to authenticate.
What does that mean? Oh, you said you got fake ones.
Yep.
Authenticate, which is to make sure that the shoe is real. Kanye West.
Gotcha, Kanye West.
This is his shoe. This is the shoe that he had designed.
All right.
Now you take this one for an example. Right now, brand new, this shoe would cost you about $450.
From a Foot Locker or a Macy's or?
No, you can't get it from there. You got to get it from me, StockX. You got to get it from an aftermarket person. Always have.
You can't even go to the company? Greetings, class. It's Kris Haskins with therealestateroundup.com. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. But today I'm going to be skewing towards the entrepreneur. I've got some gentlemen here in the room with me in my private podcast room right here at the house. I'm so honored to finally get them here. I've been trying to get them here for, I don't know, a year or 2 years.
Been quite some time, yeah.
So it's finally here. They're in the shoe resale business. I had no idea what this was until recently. We're going to be talking about shoe equity. The shoe resale business is a $2 billion business in America and $10 billion globally, according to leaders.com. The average shoe sale price is between $120 to $300 or so dollars, and it can get up into the $10s, $20s, and $30,000 shoes where these guys are selling these shoes off market. Now, this is not going to Foot Locker or going to any store, right? You guys are selling them after they're not there. You can't even get them in stores.
Right. Exactly.
So they are here to share with you, my friends Ray Wilson and James Knight, and we're missing one guy, Philip Lewis. It's good to see you. I know you probably be watching. We're missing you, brother. But thank you guys for coming and sharing with us today.
Sure, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah. So let's start with a real quick background about both of y'all, why, of who you are and where you come from. We'll start with Ray.
All right, I'm Ray Wilson from Danville, Virginia. Moved to the Hampton Roads area in about 2005. My background in sneakers, I was always kind of a sneakerhead growing up.
What is a sneakerhead?
Sneakerhead is a person who has love for sneakers, kind of like a sneaker addict.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You're addicted to it. You just kind of got to have them. You know what I mean? That was me.
All right.
Growing up, I wasn't able to get them as much as I would like to or as I wanted to. So, I settled for what I had.
Gotcha.
And what I was able to get. And it was mainly Air Force Ones.
Okay.
A lot of my friends was wearing Jordans and stuff like that. My parents, they just wasn't going for it. They didn't want to buy them.
I ain't doing that.
So as I grew up, I started making my own money. I did start buying them.
Gotcha.
So I was able to start acquiring them and getting them. I had Danville's a small town. So
that's an understatement.
It was very tough to get the sneakers growing up there. It wasn't a lot of stores in that area that would get them. Mm-hmm. So when I moved here, I had the same mindset that I had in Danville, that they were extremely hard to get.
Got it.
But what I came to find out was the 7 cities are unique because each city has malls, each city has different stores.
7 cities, Hampton Roads area.
Yep. Each city has their own mall and so on and so forth. So, when those releases started coming back up, I was going out doing raffles and things like that. And I was just acquiring a whole lot of shoes at one time.
That's before you got into the business?
It was, yeah.
You just did creating your own collection at that time?
I was.
Okay.
I was.
All right.
And that's kind of how I kicked off. The shoes were limited and hard to get at that point also. I was just doing the work it took to go out and get them.
For yourself?
Yep. Okay. They had a raffle process. So you couldn't just walk in on a Saturday and get them. Or you could at one point, but they changed it, created a raffle process because, it was a lot of long lines. People was fighting and arguing.
I would
And,
imagine.
there was a lot
Fighting,
going on.
stabbing. Yeah.
So the stores, they created the raffle process. You had to come in. So say the shoe released on Saturday. You had to come in on Monday and Tuesday and fill out these raffle tickets.
So only a few people could buy them.
Yeah. Well, so they did like a drawing. So instead of when you come Saturday and there's a line of people there and all kind of chaos, they created that raffle process to limit that. And now you had to join the raffle process to even have a chance to get them.
So that creates more demand.
It did.
Good.
It
God
did create
Almighty.
more demand.
Wow.
So what was going on? A lot of people weren't willing to go into the stores on Monday and Tuesdays and do those raffles.
Yeah,
and I was. And I would go into the mall in Newport News, Patrick Henry, and they had 5 or 6 shoe stores in there at one time. I would do all the raffle processes. I go in and fill a raffle for each one. Come Thursday or Friday is when they call to give you the results if you won or not. And I would win 2 and 3 pair usually, but I only wanted the one for my foot.
Yeah.
And what was happening was, Kris, before I could get out the mall with that one pair, somebody was offering to buy them from me. So they were offering to give my money back plus an additional $100 to get the shoes. And me being young and not really thinking, I wasn't going for it. I was keeping them. I was telling them, nah, these for me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna wear these. Proud.
The idea is spark.
Yeah, I was proud.
What about you, James? Tell us your background and how you are.
Basically, from the Chesapeake and Portsmouth area. I moved to Newport News once I turned grown. And the store that we currently have, we probably got 2,000 in inventory shoes and stuff like that. But what people don't realize, and I tell them all the time,
It's a lot
our
of shoes,
store, the actual idea of our store came from the mind of a 12-year-old child.
Really?
It was my son. I walked past one day, seen him at the computer.
At the house?
At the house, messing with shoes. And he was trading and he was doing this.
Oh, he was already doing shoes?
He was already doing it.
Because of dad?
No, because of he just had the
He's in
hustle.
the shoes
It
too.
was
Okay.
just
All right.
he wanted all the number Jordans.
Yeah.
But he knew dad wasn't gonna go out and buy them all. So when I seen what he was doing, I was like, let me help you with that. Sneaker game got a little bit dangerous at the time, so he kind of had to, fade off. But for the most part, so while Ray Sean was doing raffles at that time, I was pretty much doing the same thing, but me and him didn't know one another.
Gotcha. Okay.
It wasn't until we got together, then the store kind of climbed up. But on my end, that's where the idea came from with regards
Watching
to
your son.
me doing it. It was my son. He and then once I got into it, and it was therapeutic for me.
What part?
The buying and the selling. At the time, because at the time, I was going through some things in my personal life or whatever. I was a single parent of 3 kids,
Wow.
And so it was certain things I had to do, so I couldn't fall into alcoholism or this or that. I couldn't really chase, women and all that kind of stuff. So I had to find something to do. So sneakers became very therapeutic.
Yeah.
And it was just a hobby. It wasn't nothing I was like, man, I'm gonna blow up. No, it wasn't nothing like that. It was just something that I had to turn something. I had to flip something. I had to
Flip something legal.
I had to do something. Yeah.
James, you wow. So both of you two have 2 different types of backgrounds. Are you a sneakerhead too?
Yes.
Were you a sneakerhead?
I was, but it's like,
The way he says it, he's buying 3 and 4. I mean, he's turning the money away. It sounds like you were more on the business side.
Well, I kind of had to be.
Gotcha.
I guess at the time, his obligations and mine was a little bit different.
Okay.
So for the most part, we probably still got the same amount of personal sneakers. It's just nowadays, we only keep what we get for the love.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how that goes. But yeah,
I have been in your store many times. Let's talk about the store Laced Functions. Tell the roundup homies where it is and what does it stand for?
Lace Function is in Hampton, Virginia. Basically, when you ask what does it stand for?
When I think of lace functions in my mind, do I think about like I can go to Rose's and Walmart and get me an $8 pair of shoes and get some boots to go cut grass in? Is lace function something that I'm gonna get dress shoes? What am I? What am I thinking about?
Basically, lace function is like this. Pretty much.
Hey.
Anywhere that you go, if you do go to the mall, if you do go to the bar, if you do go to the club, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, we lace that function.
Oh, I got you.
Most of the people in that function, most of the people in that place, they got on sneakers that we actually sell, and a lot of them actually bought them from us. That function has officially been laced by us.
I got you.
We lace that function.
I got you. I got to take the time just to take a shout out to my daughter, y'all, which is our videographer today. Taylor, thank you.
No, you're welcome.
She's doing a good job.
Appreciate you, Taylor.
And Taylor works with y'all too. She's worked with
Oh
y'all.
yeah, she
too.
did.
She did. Key operative word there was did.
On the big and
But
better
she
thing.
actually just keep practicing because you still deal with the graphic design thing. So we're gonna have stuff for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm still drawing. I'm still working on things. Cause I do draw our own mottos and stuff like that.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, we'll deal with it though.
We gotta keep our youth involved with this thing, ownership. All right. So what is? I still try to grasp this. I don't understand why I'm gonna come see y'all when I could just go to Foot Locker and just buy my own damn shoe. I mean, I love y'all as people, but I'm like, I'm not coming in there to buy a shoe. Why don't you go to Foot Locker?
Well, you really can't go to Foot Locker and buy the shoes we have because they sell out instantly. So we're kind of 2, 3, 5 steps ahead of the public when it comes to releases.
How? What makes you better or different than me? Why can't I just go?
Because I'm dedicated to it. I'm putting in the time to study their releases.
We plugged in. Gotta be plugged in. Because everybody want to eat. Everybody want to eat, but there's another side to it also.
I'm listening.
You can also sell us your shoes.
All right, tell me about that.
You take like
give us an example here. You got shoes, you bought shoes. Let's do it. Give me
all
something.
these shoes is new, but you take a pair like this, Yeezy Wave Runner.
You're talking high level. I have to bring you down.
Okay.
I don't know what a Yeezy is or a Wave Runner.
Okay.
For our audience that doesn't know, this is entrepreneurs that are here. They're more business people. Let's talk business on this shoe.
All right. Well, let me call out a name that you are familiar with. Kanye West.
Gotcha, Kanye West.
This is his shoe.
Okay.
This is the shoe that he had designed. Now you take this one for an example. Now, like right now, brand new, this shoe would cost you about $450.
From a Foot Locker or a Macy's or?
No, you can't get it from there. You got to get it from me, StockX. You got to get it from an aftermarket person. Always have.
You can't even go to the company?
Unless you was out there that morning standing in the line to get it, or unless you was on Adidas that morning doing a raffle to get it, you don't get this shoe. Not for the retail price. You do not get it.
So that shoe is almost unavailable for a guy like me.
Yes.
Going to work every day.
Yes. Unless you're on Twitter, unless you're on Instagram, Facebook, you got to have the information. Otherwise, you got to come see me once you get your money right.
Gotcha. Okay, let's go.
So what happens is this. You wear this shoe once, you wear it twice, you wear it 3 times. You can always bring it to me and get some money back for it. Maybe you can get the money back you paid. Maybe you can only get half of it. But you can get some money back. Because we all run into financial situations. Some people just got too many shoes. But you come see me with this shoe if you want some money back from it. You're for it.
So you buy the shoe back. But you got the shoe. Is this brand new here?
That one's, it's new, yeah.
Why are you able to buy it and I just can't? I just feel like I'm not in, there's a disconnect in my mind.
Information.
You plugged in, I understand.
Yeah. I mean, it's information. Take a look at all these books up here. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it's something in these books that's telling you things that I'm not gonna know. It gives you some type of advantages that I don't have because I don't have these books in my house.
Gotcha.
So you read these things and you know these things, and you capitalize on these things.
Gotcha.
And I'm sitting back now. What I got to do is I got to pay you for that information.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm there. You there with it. I'm not. So I got to.
I got you.
You got to pay a man for whatever you don't learn.
That's deep.
You know.
That's a deep brother right here. I gotta just listen to you talk. So this is new.
Yes.
You paid what for this one here?
This one, I believe.
It's a $300 retail shoe.
This is a $300 one. Yeah, okay. This is a $300 one.
Okay.
This shoe has been out for quite some years. It had its peak around about 800-900.
Damn.
And then once Kanye left Adidas, it kind of fell down, dropped. So right currently, it's maybe like a $450 shoe.
Okay, so it's maintaining its value.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna maintain it.
What is the difference? Because I want my round-up family to understand what's the difference between retail and resale.
There we go. It's very similar to real estate. You got your primary market and you got your secondary market. Retail would be your primary market. Resale would be your secondary market. You know,
Is it wholesale? No, a wholesale.
Resale and retail.
Okay.
So we think of I'm speaking of pricing. So you have your retail pricing with Nike, Adidas, Foot Locker, and Finish Line. That's what they offer.
Okay.
Once they sell out in those markets, in that primary market, it falls back into the secondary market now, which is resellers. So you got eBay. You have.
So it's just not even there anymore.
It's not even there anymore. So they limit it. It's kind of a supply and demand thing also. You know, they only put out a limited supply, so they keep the demand high.
Give me an example, Ray, of what we got this new shoe. I know it's a website, my daughter. What was the website?
StockX. Yeah.
StockX.
Yes.
Like you can buy shoes there, but not everybody's gonna be on it like y'all.
Right.
You call it a shoe drop. Give me an example of this thing, how this thing goes from retail to resale real quick in a day.
All right. So let's take a Jordan 4, for example. This is the most popular style of Jordan
At the moment.
That that the world loves. It's the Jordan 4 style. As you see, they got all different colors of them, so on and so forth.
They do? Okay.
They retail for about $200.
Retail.
Yep. But this shoe in particular is worth around about $500 right now.
What in the
So
world?
we went up about 300% on this shoe right here.
Okay.
They drop at Nike and they drop at Finish Line and so on and so forth. And they do these raffles or they do the first come, first serve, and they sell out.
Gone.
They sell out. Me and my team and my partners, James, we attack these shoes from the market. We're going from store to store if we have to, Finish Line to Foot Locker. We're offering to buy them from the public. We're putting posts up on our social media pages.
So you're marketing to get these things?
We are because we know they're going to gain value. So we're not so pressed on selling them that day because we know they're going to continue to gain value in the future. Now, even that day, retailing for $200, I'm pretty sure we were selling them for $350 that same day.
The same day?
The same day. Because they were very limited and very hard to get. And like my partner said, we plugged in.
So the consumer has an option on that day. They can either try to get it at the store or just give you the money and they know they have it.
Right.
Is that okay?
Right.
Cool.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right. So we take the work out of it. You know, we have the skills and the profession to go out and get them. All right. Now, one of the biggest services we add is we only sell authentic sneakers. So we only do the authentic versions.
Okay.
A lot of the biggest issue in the sneaker game is fake shoes.
All right.
So somebody could easily be sold a fake version of this on release day for $350, and it's a fake version of it. It's a replica.
Yeah.
So Lace Function provides that service of being authentic only. You can trust us. We do the hard work for you. We're the one running around from store to store, picking up the shoes and trying to find the size. Up early and up late, standing in lines. We do all of that work to guarantee that it's an authentic sneaker.
So when I come to you, I know I'm getting the real deal. And
that's what most consumers look for. You know, they want the shoe, they just don't want to get burned.
Yeah.
They don't want to get scammed. So most people and the customers that we that I focus on are those kind of customers who want the shoe, who are fine with the price. They just want a real shoe. They want somebody else to do the work for them.
You know, Ray, when I was there, and either one of you, James, too, I've been to your store several times. I love coming there. The energy, the vibe, the music's playing. It's really cool. It just makes me feel home. But I asked the guy, why is he buying these shoes? I want to ask y'all, too. He told me it's about the way it made him feel when he walks in these shoes. So What would you say? Let's talk about that emotion and how that attract the customers that you serve.
Well, I can only imagine when he had said that, what he was meaning was that because everybody wants a sense of individuality for the most part. And to have a sneaker, which is considered heat, on your feet, and you're the only one in this circle with them on, makes you feel a little bit better about yourself.
Wow.
I mean, think about it. I mean, we live in a world where it's not easy to feel good about yourself.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to do. So, I mean,
wow.
If a couple $100 pair of kicks can do it,
that's deep, man.
You know, so it's like, you know, I mean, deep. Okay, what makes me feel better sometimes if I get a pair real cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you on the business side.
I feel, you know, you take like this jacket right here. It's kind of off subject, but you take this jacket. This is one of my favorite jackets. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite jackets. I bought it brand new from the thrift store for like $5. That made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know.
But it's a difference, James. $5 make you feel good to $500, which I've seen in your store, and I'm not, you know, this is what it is. Mm-hmm. People spend $500. Guys like, man, I like the way it makes me feel good when I go XYZ. That really hit me. You know, I'm gonna go out a little bit about who do you serve? Like, I know who I serve, and I want to ask y'all, is it emotion that you're selling? Well, what do you think? You know, we're all in a business. It looks like it's one business from the front. But when you really peel it back, what do you think, y'all? What business are you guys really in?
Well, you got to realize something, though, Chris. When somebody spends $500 on a pair,
that's not a pair of shoes in my mind.
But see, here's the thing: it might not be in theirs neither. Because when somebody spends $500 on a pair of kicks, you got to understand, it's not $500 that's just gone. It's not $500 that's just burned up. They can get some money back for that shoe even after they worn it. Okay. And depending on what type of shoe it is, they might can wear it quite a few times and come back and sell it for $600, depending on the shoe.
Oh wow! So the resale,
it's not dead money. It's not a lottery ticket.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you can go back.
All right, I didn't know that.
And sell it. You just got to keep them clean.
Okay, so we got it. This is multifaceted. Then it is not like you're just getting a pair of shoes to wear them out and dog them out to the end. Then.
Exactly.
You know what? I got to stop thinking like myself. I'm buying a pair of shoes, James, and I promise you, these joints is going to a thrift store when I'm done. Yeah. I mean, but I'm definitely not your customer. Yeah. And that's okay. What age group do you sell to, generally speaking?
So between 25 and 40 is our main age group.
And are they collectors? Do people just like to wear them and dog them out, or do they usually wear them and resell them?
Both. Some people wear them and will keep them forever. Some people buy them as investments so shoes are investments. So when I go out on releases or when I buy shoes, you know, sometimes I come home and I look and I spent a couple grand on shoes. And, and it comes in my mindset like that, like I spent $5,000 on shoes, but what I really did was I invested $5,000 in shoes. Mm-hmm. You know, and we're looking at about a 40% return average.
That's why I love this business. Round up, y'all. I'm telling you, I love real estate. Don't like it all the time. Mm-hmm. This business here, the reason I wanted to bring these guys on, because I was in Miami a while back, and I was at a dinner table with these gentlemen, and they were all sneaker people, and they were talking about, you know, we talk about in real estate equity. You may be talking about $100,000, $200,000, $1 million worth of equity, but they were talking about shoe equity, which I had no idea what it was. Can you guys explain that to my roundup homies?
Shoe equity. It's like this. This is the most simplest way I can put it. Let me see if I can say this right. What I bought 6 months ago, I'm gonna sell today. What I buy today, I'm gonna sell 6 months from now. And the ball just keeps rolling.
So you might not even sell it the same day or the next day.
Most of the time I don't, depend on what the shoe it is. Now you take a shoe like this. For it to hit, it's the Jordan 4. Now, for it to hit the true market value, like, okay, we could buy, shoe can come out today and cost $200 and we could sell it for $300. Mainly because there's a lot of people out there who want to wear this shoe right now. They want to wear it today. They have the money to pay for it. They ain't trying to go out and search for it, so they can do that. But the true market value, whereas when I say true market value, I mean this is the price that you must pay no matter what outlet you search on. The true market value, it might take 4 months for it to hit 350. As to where I don't care where you try to order from or who you try to buy from, you're not paying no less than that because that's the true market value. And that's the equity on the shoe. And sometimes it takes a little time, you know, and sometimes we buy shoes with automatic equity. You say, for instance, if someone was to bring this one right here.
Is this the same shoe?
It's the same shoe, but it's a collaboration with SB. And we just go a little deeper with that, you know.
We'll leave that one alone.
You take a shoe like this. If someone
that's a Jordan 4?
It's a Jordan 4, but it's a SB collaboration, skateboard collaboration.
SB.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't see
so
that.
basically, if someone brung us this shoe,
these joints is brand new.
Oh yeah, they do. I'm on these from the house. I pay retail for them. But so these come with. If someone bring this to the shop, we're gonna buy this with equity on it. So say like if this was this one right here is like a $400 or $500 shoe, depending on the size.
Right now?
Yeah, the size 13, the size 12s, and matter of fact, everything over size 10 is like 700. 13s is like 800. So basically, if somebody brought this to the shoe, we're gonna buy it. Brought this to the store, we're gonna buy this with automatic equity.
So you're not gonna give them the main.
Not gonna give them
resale.
Not gonna give them. We might give him. What we'll give him. If this was a $600 shoe, we might give them $400. Yeah.
Okay, well you got to build in your profit on it. Just
yeah,
like
it's the equity is already there. It's automatic equity.
So you can build in equity, or it can create over time.
Yes, depending on the shoe. Sometimes we stuck. Sometimes it's like somebody like, I want X amount of dollars. We got to pay that X amount of dollars because of what it is and what we know is getting ready to happen with this shoe.
Because of what it is, meaning you can't get it anywhere else.
You can't get it anywhere else, and in our mind, it's a guaranteed 70 to 100% return in the next 4 or 6 months.
So the shoes are actually appreciating in value.
Yes.
This is insane, yo. This is what excites me. You know, being a real estate guy. All my mind is saying, I don't know anything else that appreciates in value. I mean, I don't even real estate. This is what it is. Cars, clothes, some jewelry, no doubt. But I mean, in my mind, I understand. I know if I buy this house today, it's going to happen. It's just how real estate works.
Yeah.
This is why I get so excited with shoes, what you're saying. It's just truly amazing. I'm happy for y'all. Tell me about this orange one up here, though, James.
The lobster.
Lobster.
Yeah, that's what they call them. We got quite a few of these, but for whatever reason, we just brought this small one.
Okay.
It's not a lot for me to tell.
It's a lot to tell. It looks like I would never tell it.
What you know
like
about
this
shoe, man?
I know that it retails for $120 and it resells for $500 to $800, maybe a little more depending on the size.
Say that again. Just frame it up for me. If I go to Foot Locker today, I can buy.
So I'm pretty sure this was an online release only.
Yeah,
you had to go through
skate shops.
Okay, and skate shops.
Only skate shops and online.
So there are some shoes where they're only released in certain locations.
Yes.
So that is making more demand for you.
Exactly.
You guys are insulated.
It is.
Okay, so I can only get this in the skate shop wherever in America. And I might have to be at work at the time, or I might not be wherever to go get it. I might not be able to be there at that time. So $120, I missed that.
Okay.
So now what are you saying?
You're looking at paying between $500 to $800.
Why?
For that on the resale market, because that's what it's worth and that's how limited it is. So, you know, you're thinking that you still would have had a chance to, even if you were off work, to go by a store and get it, and you didn't. And you don't.
Can I pull this out of here?
Yeah, you can. And guess what else? You ain't gonna have no problem paying that number because you know what you're searching for.
You talk about the customer themselves. They're looking for this.
They know what's getting ready to happen. Because they call it lobster because that go around the front like a lobster
claw.
Yeah, like a lobster claw.
Oh, for the skaters.
Yeah. But you take it off because it'll leave a permanent press mark around it if it's not. You know.
No, so you know how you buy a lobster in the supermarket.
Yeah.
And they got the rubber band around the claws.
I do.
That's what that rubber band represents. So it's just like a feature of the shoe.
Yeah.
The shoe is nicknamed the Lobster.
Yeah. So they do that. Some people wear it with the jump, on the jump, own it, you know.
And that makes it more limited and more unique.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
love you guys so much.
But at the end of the day, if you're looking for that shoe, you know what it is if you miss that release. You already know.
Okay, James, you know I got mad love for you, man. You speaking in vernacular, man. I need to bring you speaking high level. What do you mean? What do you mean? But I know what it is.
Well, this isn't the first Lobster release.
Word.
You had the orange ones. You had a purple pair.
You got a pair of these, Taylor?
No.
She said no.
You act like you bought stuff over there too, so don't act like
You got other Lobsters in the past.
Gotcha.
And the ones in the past were 1,000 plus, which these will be too one day.
Oh, really?
Oh yes.
Oh, this is a new release.
Yeah. This is the latest one. So the ones before in the past, they all 1,000 and up. So you already know it. There is no
Turning back.
oh shucks, I missed it. Let me know. You know that if you miss this release and you really want them,
You gotta come
you
see
know what
it.
I'm saying? You gotta wait till the end of the week. You gotta wait till that paycheck hit. You might have to save a couple of them before you come see them. You know. Ain't no getting around that.
So it's a twist for us. In mind. All right, so consider this. So based off what he just told
man.
you, and based off the history of the Lobster, you know,
It has a story.
it does. When we buy these sometimes, so say this shoe, for example, I say it can go anywhere between $500 and $800.
And you pay $2 for that.
It would vary, it just would depend. You know,
Okay.
like I say, we want to make at least 40%.
I wouldn't mind
so we
paying
kinda,
two. I'll pay two. I'll pay three for it.
Yeah, so we kind of gauge it. And then based off what he just told you, what we're expecting the shoe to do based off the trend of the recent releases, we may not even sell that shoe today. It may be a line of people wanting to buy it for $500, but like my partner James said, it's going to be worth $1,000. We're willing to wait for it to be worth $1,000. So we hold shoes intentionally at the same time in storage units, you know, that the public will never even see because we're letting it grow. We're letting it gain value.
That's
You know what I
deep.
mean? And we've done that with that release with a lot of them.
Is this a skill that you have learned over time, or did you see somebody else do this?
I definitely learned it, and I definitely saw somebody do it, and he's sitting right here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It makes you dope. It makes you sought after. It makes you.
They don't know what you got.
They don't know what I got. It sets us apart.
That's crazy.
You know, it's like you can go, because see, you got to understand something too. The average resale store that a person walks into, the average one is actually disappointing.
Really?
Yeah. Because you know how you can make things look on camera versus when you actually walk into a place. You can always make it look a lot better on camera than walking in. So a lot of times, a lot of resale shops, you can walk in them and it's all the same thing in there, the same few things in there. You know, us setting things to the side and pulling them out later, you know, it kind of
It creates nostalgia.
yeah.
walking in
And so what happens is you take a young lady like your daughter, she walk in there, she gonna say within herself, and she gonna tell her friends, oh, they got everything, simply because she's seen a few old pairs of this and that. You know, so we pull out certain things and it's there, and it's like, and it's, you know.
You're a monster, James.
We might not even, I might mark it at a price that's ridiculous just so you can leave it alone. But it was there for you to see it in Maya. You got to understand, you walk into a store, a lot of these shoes, this is the first time you actually seen them in person. You've
heard about them.
Yeah, you just seen them online and stuff like that. But to actually walk in and be like, boom, okay, this is what this looks like, or this is what this looks like.
Damn,
You know,
y'all
so-
are too much for this, yo.
Yeah, I definitely learned that from that guy. I was a same day seller. That was my focus. I wanted to get it in and get it out. You know
Straight
what I
to
mean?
business.
And take whatever profit I got. So I would take this shoe on release day and I would sell it for $300.
Make it quick 100.
I would. And my
That's
partner
a good
James,
day to
he
me,
would
though.
say, you know, well, we're not gonna sell. You know, we're gonna hold these 20 pair of them. You know, and I said, no, we can make $350 today. And you know, being partners, you know, you got to compromise. And I compromised, and you know, we went with this plan. And in 3 months, 6 months, we were selling them for $500 and $600. And I had to sit back and look, and I said, man, you were right. I was mad at him 6 months ago because I wanted that money that day. But we moved on. We got other releases in the meantime. We sold other shoes.
To me, yo.
And ever since then, I believe in that philosophy.
Well, this dude has some wisdom here, man. You a sharp guy.
Try to be, man.
Where did it come from?
What, being
You
sharp?
got influences in your life or product of your environment, family?
Product of my environment, having to figure things out.
We were talking earlier about the next generation. The next generation. I don't know if you want to share some of that stuff. We had to figure it out. All I had was a rock and a basketball and just to go outside.
Mm-hmm. We definitely had to figure it out. But the answer, we was talking about something earlier, and I was discussing on, we had to figure a lot of things out. I guess this generation is coming up. I guess they really don't have to. We kind of figured out everything for them, and we do a lot for them, which at the end of the day, we can't help but to do because we have the means to do it. So I ain't got no answers for that, really. It's like
adversity. We talked about adversity. We're taking a lot of that away from the next generation. I'm not speaking on our kids necessarily, just that whole generation. Like, I don't want you to live in an 800 square foot house. I don't want you to have to walk down the street and deal with violence and crime and all that stuff. I don't want them to have to deal with that.
Exactly. It's you take for example, okay, when I was 22, 23, something like that, I had a small convenience store.
In Hampton?
Nah, over in Portsmouth. I had a small convenience store, and there was no Google back then. There was none of that stuff. Anything, any information that you needed to get, you would have to mail somebody something or whatever. So what I had to do was I had to go to the grocery store, take a candy bar, flip the package over, read the address that was on it, and send them mail like that for them to ask them who's wholesaling your stuff. An example of what I mean of figuring things out.
You do got to figure it out.
Instead of quitting. And so, like...
We did the same thing with CDs and tapes, sending in demos and stuff. Just take the address off the back of the CD or tape and mailing it in. But yeah, they're going to do that now.
You got to figure it out. So, one thing... I can't really speak on the differences in the generations and what the problems is and things like that.
Multifaceted.
It'll figure itself out. But one thing I do know, me and this gentleman here, me and Ray, we have done, what was it called?
Career Day.
We have done career days.
Okay, going out speaking of something.
Yeah, we actually been looking forward to doing more. We just only been invited out to one.
We need you.
And I actually been reaching out to a lot of I've been reaching out because I wants to know like your high school basketball heroes, your high school football heroes in the area. And we want to like make like hoodies for them, if they MVP or if they
at a high school level.
At a high school level.
That's deep.
Because I mean, just think about if we was actually doing that with somebody like AI.
Yeah, I remember you playing basketball right there in Hampton.
So we trying to be on some community stuff. I mean, we work with a young man in the store right now.
Yeah,
who was working with your daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At one point in time. So it's like, it's certain things that we are doing. It got more to do with if you want it, we're here.
Yeah.
Trying to, so it's like, I was contacted the other day, somebody supposed to be bringing in a box where sneakers can be donated and things like that.
Nice.
We done had a few people actually donate us sneakers, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, to answer your question in with regards to, the younger generation, it gets pretty deep. Really not really trying to go there.
No doubt. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Good. It's all good.
That's a whole nother session.
So I wanted to ask y'all about if I wanted to sell y'all something.
Okay.
So people that have say I bought a pair of whatever, you guys are buyers. I've been in your store, I've seen people, it's amazing. The energy is there is infectious to see people coming and going. Tell me about that process. I know you got your light and all that stuff. If I have a shoe, how does it work when I come in?
Well, basically, you bring that shoe in.
You're buying shoes from regular people.
We're buying shoes from regular people. One of the most important things is being able to authenticate.
What does that mean? Oh, you said you got fake ones.
Yep.
authenticate, which is to make sure that the shoe is real. Which, as far as buying pre-owned shoes, carries a heavy profit margin. And it happens a lot more often than new never worn shoes. So basically, you'll bring it in. I got checkpoints. First thing I do is I'm gonna scan the box to make sure that the barcode is right. After that, I'm gonna take my black light out, shine the light over the shoe, shine the light over the box, make sure there's no invisible ink nowhere. Because you see invisible ink, that's an indication that it's a fake shoe. That's the indication that replica companies just made this shoe.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that.
It's appraisal. You do a shoe appraisal.
I do a shoe appraisal, you know.
Crazy.
In most cases, my man Ray Sean, he right there next to me, you know. I might pass it off to him, let him see, you know, he might see something I didn't see, or I might see something that he didn't see. And we go from there. And this is one of the reasons why people come rock with us, because of the process that we break down in order to legit check a sneaker. And a lot of times what we do buy, we have a pair on the shelf that came right out of the retail store to compare it to.
Oh, okay.
Which, you know. Yeah,
so the markup, I'm bringing it in, said the shoe was worth, give me some numbers. So is that a resale? Was that one that somebody brought in, or that's a new one?
Not saying. All right, let's say for an example.
Did y'all bring one?
Say for
y'all
an
brought
example.
all new stuff.
It's all new.
Okay.
Say for example, you wore this shoe.
All right.
You wore this shoe and then you brung it into me.
Got it.
Now, if you wore this shoe and you brung it into me and it was in pretty decent condition,
You can let me make sure I say this. I can wear the shoe and then still sell it.
you can wear that shoe and you can bring it right back.
Crazy. Well, I'm just saying, most people, my followers and me, I'm like, once you wore it,
It's gone, right?
that's it. They're like, did you wear it? We ain't taking it back. You know, so I'm trying to just be there with you, brother.
Well, some people will do that because they're not good at authenticating.
Okay.
You know, they don't have the authentication with them.
Well, I'm just saying, generally speaking, like I
Okay,
wear
I got you.
Kohan or whatever, or you go to Macy's or wherever. Once you wore it, it's done. On Foot Locker, they just ain't gonna take it back.
No.
Right? Isn't that how?
Well, for the most part, I ain't gonna lie to you. Anything that you sell at a cheap enough price will sell over again.
I mean, you can resell it, but you guys are in the business of reselling it. So go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you
So
off,
basically, it's like
so they brought it in. They wore it one time. Brought it to you.
Okay, let's just throw numbers out there. Okay, so say like this shoe is worth $500 brand new, right?
Damn, brand.
But you wore it. You wore it twice. Let's say you wore it 3 times. When you bring it to me, I will probably be offering you anywhere from $150, maybe $150.
Yeah.
$150 to maybe $180 will be max.
You won't determine how many times I wore it based on what I said, though,
No,
right?
absolutely not.
So you can tell by looking at the shoe.
For
You
the
looked at
most
so
part,
much of them, James.
For the most part.
Wow,
the most
that's gangster.
For
Yo,
the
go
most
ahead.
part. So I mean, it's just certain things.
You just know.
You can't
can't
hide
fake
what
it.
the bottom doing. You can't hide what any letterings that's coming off on the inside doing. You can't hide the ankle, the toe box crease, and you can't hide the ankle crease. Can't hide these things. It's gonna let me know how many times you stepped in the shoe.
Oh, I got
And
you.
whether or not you wore it all
Ankle
day.
crease. I didn't even know.
I never heard that before.
James, what's an ankle crease, dog? I gotta ask you.
Ankle creasing are basically be like, it's creases that you get up in here.
From what?
From just wearing it. Or from,
when you walk.
Or from sticking sticking your foot in it too many
Okay.
times.
You have looked at hundreds, thousands of shoes.
Yeah.
So when you could look at it and be like, all right, I
Yeah.
believe you, brother.
Yeah. So I assess it. I determine in my own mind what I could get a quick sale for it for or a long term. But I'm gonna only pay you according to a quick sale.
Gotcha.
So basically, if I'm thinking to myself, you know what, today I can sell this shoe for $250, chances is I'm gonna give you $150 for
So you'll make about $100.
it. Yeah.
And are you the only guy? If I'm a shoe person, am I thinking about lace functions on a resale, or am I going to eBay, or am I going to other online sites? What makes them come to you guys?
Basically, you're always taking a chance when you order a shoe.
You or me as the buyer?
You as the buyer. You're always taking the risk when you order from somewhere.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because they just got regular workers who make mistakes. Yeah,
So the pictures online, you saying the pictures online might not be the way the shoe really looks.
I mean, I'm saying the pictures online might not be, like, okay, you take like StockX, you take like GOAT, the place that she just mentioned. For the most part, they got employees that legit check shoes.
Okay.
So once they legit check them, and then they send them to you. Now, what if that employee had a rough night last night and just I don't care.
Oh, wow.
I got a quota to meet. I'm just,
and
then it comes to you.
Okay.
So, but at the end of the day, when it gets to you, if you're not satisfied with the product, a lot of times you don't even have anyone to contact and tell them, yo, I got an issue with this. Now, we brick and mortar. If there's any issues, you can come see us. We're not going anywhere.
Gotcha.
You know. And,
That's a lot of value.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. So it's like, it's really that part. And a lot of times people like to, they like to, especially you take somebody who worked 40 hours a week.
They want to go.
They get a paycheck once a week, or they get a paycheck twice a month or whatever. They just want to cop the shoes and move on with
That's
their
what I'm
life.
saying. Time. I'm like, I don't want
You
to
know what I'm
wait.
saying? A lot of times they got somewhere to go that night, and they like, I want to, or that weekend, and they.
That's right. The one guy came in and we wanted some shoes to match his outfit. He had a red outfit, he wanted the red shoes with a bag.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
So you just get it.
I want to ask you about some of the negative stuff, but can we just go over this black shoe right here?
Oh, this one. Well, yeah, this one.
What is it?
This is the Jordan 1 Twist. I guess this is pony hair on it. I guess that's what it is. But I think I brought that as an example of the fact that.
I see. It feels.
Oh yeah.
What? Y'all are just man.
That's a real limited one. I've never seen that on anybody's foot before.
No,
ever. And how old do you think it is now?
You asking me?
Yeah.
That's probably 4 or 5 years.
It was made in 2018.
Okay, yeah. So
pony hair Air Jordans. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So basically, this one right here, this one came out at the height of Jordan 1s.
Okay.
Jordan 1s is basically this design, and Jordan 1s at that time.
That's 1990.
Yeah. So basically, this one did hold a lot of value at one point in time, and they just kept releasing different colors, kept releasing. So it kind of drove the value of Jordan 1s down.
Gotcha.
And at the same time, the value of Jordan 4s came up. So things.
What makes that one? What made you bring that one though?
What made me bring this one was basically that fact right there.
Oh, the difference between the numbers.
Yeah, so
1 or 2
at one
or 3
point
or
in
4.
time it was the 1s. Right now it's the 4s.
That's hot.
That's hot. Next year I don't know what it'll be. And this is one of the ones you really don't see. So basically, if it don't sit, and this is my size. So this is one of the ones I bought it for retail. This was $1,000 shoe at one point in time. Now it's only worth maybe 5 or 6.
Oh, it went down.
Yeah, it went down because it's kind of off the thing. But once COVID hit, we kind of lost the Asian market, and they had a lot to do with high value dollars too. So,
but you're not in it for. What are you in that one for?
Huh?
What are you in that one for?
What you mean? How much did I pay?
Yeah.
I think it was 170.
Gotcha.
160.
That was when 4 years? No, 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years.
Good, great.
Chances is, because a lot of people don't even know this exists. Chances is, this is the type of shoe that after a while, because it's my size, I might just take it home and wear it.
Oh, I got you.
Ain't nobody, if I wear this shoe, I'm gonna definitely be the only one in the room with it on.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be me.
Drawbacks and down things or some negatives of being in the shoe resale business. I just love talking business, y'all. I love it. I know.
All right, ask me one more time. Say it one more time. Downsides of the business.
Downsides of being in the shoe resale business. Some of the drawbacks.
Like my man said, he bought that shoe 5 years ago, and we still have it. So sometimes it takes a little longer to sell the shoes. It's only so much money we can get for a shoe and a local presence before we, had to put it on like a website. You know, we're building a website now. It's under construction.
Gotcha.
With hopes of being able to catch more customers and, you know, because we had a limited price range in Hampton Roads.
No
you
doubt.
know, people are only going to spend so much. So a little bit over 500, you know, it tends to sit a little longer.
Okay, cool. So price point is going to be different locally.
Yeah.
All
We run a risk of like when the economy slows, our business slows. You know, so that's the downside of it.
So COVID was good to y'all? I mean,
It was, yeah. COVID was great. We grew through COVID. You know, but like nowadays, you know, with in real estate, you got the high interest rates and the economy's just, you know, not doing so well. You know,
so people aren't buying as many
people
shoes
are not.
now.
No, they're not buying as many shoes.
Okay, so it's cyclical then. It's going to be ups and downs in the shoe.
It is.
I think that one of the main negatives for us, especially me and Philip, and Ray Sean also. You know how like the older you get, the harder it is to change, and you know how
You got to make
things changing so much. You know what I'm saying? Just in the last 10 years, technology and things like that. So it's not always easy to change the way we need to change.
regarding how you do business.
Regarding how we do business, regarding how we sell, regarding what we're going after, regarding a lot of different things. You know, because our business was built off of new, never worn shoes.
Okay.
Dead stock shoes. You know, but at the same time, now we're, and it took us a while, but we're evolving to, or revolving to pre-owned shoes, pre-owned sneakers, pre-owned
That somebody
clothes.
brought them in.
Yeah, pre-owned, a lot of pre-owned. And this was something that I really never wanted to do because I couldn't stand the idea of having a store full of used shoes.
Why?
Because
Do people buy them?
they do, but here's the thing. Walking into other stores, it'll just like a bunch of dirty shoes on the wall. But we do it a little bit different because Ray, he clean them all.
I seen it. You got a person that does it, don't you?
That's another level
so
of cleaning.
little
You know
both.
what I'm saying?
Let's talk about it. That's why you're here. So if I bring a shoe in that's not as, talk about it. I mean, tell the people.
So you got quick clean, you got deep cleaning and stuff like that. But Ray Sean makes sure that anything that we put on our shelf is presentable.
Okay.
It's not beat down. It's not dirty.
A bunch of dirty shoes
You know
on
what
the
I'm
wall.
saying? Because they'll bring them. You know. Yeah. And
You wild for that.
You kind of want them to look like that on the shelf, even if it's used. You know what I mean?
And if you decide to bring it, because see, every time when I got a pre-owned shoe, I always let Ray Sean look at it, and he give me the thumbs up or thumbs down if he can bring it to a certain point. But because you brought me that shoe in that dirty condition, I'm definitely lowballing you on that sneaker.
Gotcha.
You know, you just caused me some work that you could have did at the house, but you just brought it to me like this. So I got to pay you accordingly.
Gotcha,
But as long as I know I got Ray here to make it look like,
Bring it back to life.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, you got the lady. I seen you. How did that come
Indian
about?
Cleaner.
What is it called?
Indian Cleaner. Yeah, so she's a full restoration company. She does re-glues, repaints,
On the shoe.
soul license. So, you know, she could take a lot of old shoes
so
that people,
cool.
you know, and she can redo them, or a lot of shoes that, you know, the sole may be coming off of it because it's so old, but it's a classic.
That is,
You know, she'll
interesting
reglue
stuff. So I'm a fan of your world because in my world, when the shoe goes bad, it goes in the trash.
And that's it.
And I know, like, all the guys I roll with, it's like, another trash shoe. We ain't thinking about no shoe. It's like not the furthest thing from our mind. But then I meet guys like you, which is why I'm a fan of entrepreneurs. Like, oh yeah, that's our game. Boom, boom, fix it, resell it.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
That's what we do.
So what about anybody else that is watching if they want to get into the shoe resale game? Because you guys, let's say you guys at the top of the game now. You got a location, all this stuff, Hampton, Virginia. Not everybody's going to do that. Can you survive? Is there a place for a person that doesn't have a location, or are there smaller scale?
Not too much nowadays. During the pandemic years, yeah. You know, there was a lot of guys who could, you know, who could survive, who could make it in this business. But nowadays, only the strongest survive.
Really?
Yeah.
your trunk sellers, which we like to call them, your trunk sellers, the ones that sell out of their trunk, they all kind of fading away.
Really?
Yeah, they all kind of falling off. Now you got exceptions to a few. You know, we got my man Jamil Sneakerbank. You know, he just a whole nother type of monster. You know,
Not everybody's going to be that good,
no,
though.
everybody ain't gonna be like him. So,
Gotcha.
but a lot of your trunk sellers, you know, They kind of falling off, and unless you attach yourselves to someone who is already winning, it won't be easy to actually just get it from the mud in 2024.
Oh boy, I heard it from the guys. All right, any advice you want to give people? I just want to get it, work with y'all and flip money. Like if we could buy,
well, you gotta find your niche in there. Anybody who wants to get started in the sneaker game, you have to bring value to it, and that's what we've done. So we started in seasons where it was just a demand thing, but to survive, you got to be special. Something has to set you aside. You know what I mean? You have to bring value to the business, and that's what we do. You know, we bring a lot of value to the business, from buying, selling, and trading with the public. So what that is, that's a service that we offer that the public can actually come in, bring their either used sneakers or new sneakers and cash out. You know, usually a person will have to take their jewelry to a pawn shop, you know, to gather up some quick dollars or go do a payday loan or something like that, a title loan.
So you're all getting instant cash.
We do. Yep. So here, you know, at Lace Function, we offer that service to the public. How powerful is that really?
Yeah, that is cool.
You
I
know
see
what
y'all
mean?
do it.
I see people come in who behind on their bills, who may, you know, I had a guy last week got an ill child. Said his child was 5 years old and he has trouble, you know, getting his treatment for chemo and things like that.
Oh my God.
And we were able to cash him out. You know, we didn't go too far beyond our policy. I did stretch for him a little bit.
He did.
You know, because of the story, but we was able to actually help that man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's deep.
And buying something he had in his closet, under his bed, in his trunk of his car. And that's what most people do with these sneakers. It's kind of like what you said. After you wear them, you think they're gone. And in most people's minds, it's like that. The shoes are gone. But once they learn about Lace Function, instead of giving those shoes away or throwing those shoes away, they come to us first.
Okay.
And in situations where people really need help, we are actually able to help them.
Sweet. So is it just sneakers?
Yes, mainly, yeah, for the moment. Then we do clothing, but really new clothing only.
I'm talking about with their shoe. Is it boots? Is it dress shoes?
Yeah.
Hard bottoms?
It can be. Some designers.
But generally speaking,
sneakers, yeah.
Sneakers, okay.
So you gotta understand, Chris, you're a runner. So you run every day.
My shoes is done, dog.
No, but see, here's the thing. You run, you go places, you see people. A lot of, you gotta take, the average person go to work in boots. Their sneakers sit at home. They don't run all, you run all day. You bypass shoes and you run it.
Yeah, I'm gone.
You doing everything.
I'm gone.
You know, for the most part, if you work at the shipyard, if you work here, you work there, you got work shoes. It ain't these.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, so these go in the closet.
They might not wear them joints to the weekend, maybe.
They wearing Skechers all week. They wearing steel-toe boots all week. They wearing non-slip shoes all week. You know, they
Work
wearing
shoes.
hard bottoms. You know, they not wearing these.
That is so
You
deep.
run, you put on a pair of shoes and you run everywhere you go.
That's deep, dog.
But yeah, no,
I'm not your client. I mean, not you know this.
But I mean, for the most part, yeah. So those guys, they don't even hardly get to wear their shoes like talking about.
And they want to wear them out and how they feel when they go because they're working. Yeah, that's
so you know,
great clients, great customer. If somebody wants to do business with y'all, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, you there?
Yeah, we are.
What is it?
They can find us under Lace Function.
Laced Function.
Yep.
So we'll put that in the video description. And I'll see if I can give you a coupon code. So James, maybe for people that have watched, we'll give you a coupon code. We can work on something to get to.
And one more thing I want to add for anyone who does want to get into the, I wouldn't say necessarily it has to be the sneaker resale game.
Why?
Because there's plenty of things to resell.
Give me an example. I like this because anything you got equity, I'm in.
Okay.
You got
I give you an example.
equity.
I'm gonna give you an example. The young boy I was dealing with. The last good flip we did. First of all, we did a good flip with the Stanley Cups.
With the red cups?
Yeah, we went out to Target, bought the cup for $50, sold them for $200. He sold his for $300. Okay, messed around, bought some signed Taylor Swift CDs. You know, we spent $60. I spent $60, made back like $450, $500, something like that. It's many different things to flip. Twitter is one of the best things with regards to information to do it. And you should only really try to flip or resell with the things that you're interested in.
Okay.
If you hold no interest in it, then you probably shouldn't deal with it. You're probably about to set yourself up to lose. So you also got sports cars. If you're in sports, that's a nice flip too. You know,
some of those.
But it's many different things to do.
Buy low, sell high.
You know, it's many different things to do. You know, create yourself an eBay presence and stuff like that, or eBay following, if that's how you selling and stuff. But it's many different things to do. But I only suggest you do what interests you.
Gotcha. All right.
Don't just look at the next man and be like, I want to, you know, and you don't know nothing about it.
Here's the thing for me, James. I just like flipping money.
Exactly.
Right? And I don't necessarily care as long as it's legal. But I enjoy, say for you guys, I just would just be putting up money. I would say if we gave 20 grand, we can buy this amount of shoes.
Yeah.
Not per se necessarily has to be with you, but I mean, I enjoy seeing people do deals that I can just be the guy in the back kind of giving my support, you know? So everybody has their place to fit in with that.
Yeah.
That's how we kind of do with real estate.
It's very similar.
It is similar. That's why it intrigues me. And it's so much like, I look at myself, I've got so much exposure, just millions of dollars of exposure that I didn't know this until I talked to my mentors. And they have tens of millions of dollars of exposure with shoes. I don't know, let's say I might have 100 grand in shoes. That's not as much exposure as with real estate. It's so big. And you can chop this up down to $100 or $200, which I really love that fact.
Yeah.
With me, every deal is six figures. Every deal, I can't get out of it. Every deal I do is going to be 100,000. So thank y'all. If it's that final thought, no more final thoughts, we done. Anything y'all want to leave people, new entrepreneurs, shoe people, anything you want to leave them with? You did it when I like that one.
Just bring as much value to your craft and to the people and to the business as you can, because that's what it takes to survive.
Yeah, value. You're right.
It's that value. You got to bring value to it.
Taylor,
that's what we do as Lace Function.
Good.
You know what I mean?
You ain't got nothing to ask, Taylor? Or add? All right, y'all. So today was about entrepreneurship. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Share this content, y'all. I'm trying to get the word out. It is important for us to get a skill working for other people. I'm not mad at you if you have a job. You need to have a job to work. I've had plenty of them. I just couldn't keep one. But I just want us to make sure that we understand our long life goal shouldn't necessarily be to work for another culture for your entire life. Now, it's okay to work and learn skills and network and get into a system or get into an industry. But just think about we only got 40 good working years. You know, I don't want you to be at year 35 and you've worked for another culture your entire life, all right? So just keep an open mind. I want to bring different entrepreneurs in, and the shoe game could be an industry that you might want to get into. So reach out to these guys. You can talk to them, stop by. They're going to give you any wisdom that they can to help you on your career, all right? Kris Haskins over and out. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.